Thanks, Ben. So yeah, I'd like to introduce you to Callsign's intelligence beyond recognition, taking authentication to a whole new level. Callsign is a UK-based company. We're proudly British, and I do genuinely mean that, even though I'm clearly Scottish. And we were formed in 2012, and we are already securing millions of transactions with large Tier 1 organizations around the world today. And we also have a number of our customers with Temenos in the audience as well. So what is it that Callsign does? Well, we provide an intelligence-driven authentication. What we do is we take multiple real-time data points, and that allows organizations and banks to know exactly who their customer is and know that it is their actual customer who is authenticating and not an imposter. How do we do that? Those data points that we gather are seamless and unknown to the customer. We can profile their device. We know that the customer uses the same phone on a daily basis and the same laptop. We can check that there is no malware running on their device. We look at the networks they're connecting to. Are they on an Irish mobile network operator and claiming to be in Ireland? Great, that's brilliant. That leads us to the location. Are they trying to pretend they're in a different country? Are they hiding behind a VPN or a Tor network? We can see through that. We can identify the real location, despite what their IP address might say. We can also pick up on their behavioral characteristics. We all type on our keyboard in a certain way, swipe on our phone, tap on the touchscreen. And that builds up a profile that enables us to know that even though the password has been entered correctly, it genuinely is Paul who's entered his password and not someone else. We know about compromised devices. Our solution has a blacklist and can block any device that's attacking another organization and then tries to come and attack you. And finally, we secure all this with an electronic identification and verification that registers the customer at the beginning of the process so we know it really is the customer who's accessing the app. Of course, there will be anomalies. There will be times where we do move to another country or we do get a new phone. And in those times, that's when we will step up to the authentication methods that we're used to. That could be face, swipe, fingerprint, iris, any of the traditional authentication methods that you'll be familiar with. But let's take a look at a real live demo and let's see if we can keep the bad guys out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my internet bank. Now, I've just arrived here in Dublin. Well, I haven't, but I told the system that I did. And because it didn't recognize my location, it's now stepped up and says, we need you to use another authentication method. We don't want to inconvenience the customer at this stage by having to go and find their phone or get another device. So we're going to use what we have on the laptops. We're going to use the camera. Hopefully the lights are not too bright here, and it will recognize me. And it has indeed. It's now logged me into the system. But more importantly, it's now registered that I'm in Dublin. So I'm just going to quickly log out here. If I put in my password correctly. And it's logged me straight in. Now, you'll notice I stayed quiet when I typed my password in there. There was a reason, because I wanted to make sure I was doing my natural flow and that I wasn't actually moving away from the keyboard while I did that. The reason is that it's recognized my behavioral analytics, my behavioral biometrics. It recognized how I typed on the keyboard and entered my password, and it knew it was genuinely me. If I had time, I would log out and log in slightly differently, and you would see that it would block me. If you want to see that, visit our stand at stand 8, and we can show you that. What I'm going to do now, though, is make a payment. So I'm going to transfer it to a bank account. And what is going to happen is that if I can get my phone up on the other screen, we should see that there is a push notification. And then I can swipe to approve my transaction. And you can see on the other screen that the payment has gone through. We've signed our transaction. We've responded. Now, it looked like I just did a completely insecure swipe. But the reality is, it's scanning my thumbprint. It's scanning the pressure, the flow, the speed that I swipe on my phone. It's learned about me and knows how to identify me frictionlessly. So let's see if we can keep a bad guy out. Let's see if someone was trying to transfer some money out of my bank account. Ben, I know you're a bit dodgy sometimes. Do you want to see if you can steal my phone and approve my transaction?
Just swipe, right?
Just swipe whatever way you want.
Did it work?
Didn't work.
Ah.
So what's happened is it's recognized that it wasn't me that was swiping. It stepped Ben up and asked him to enter a PIN. I'm not going to enter the PIN, because if I did, it would actually start to learn Ben's behaviors, and we don't want to do that. So we've been able to block the bad guy quite easily, even though they've been able to compromise my device, or if they happen to compromise my password. It means that customers don't have to worry if their device is lost, stolen, because we still protect them at source. We're now taking the onus off the customer for having to protect their password and allowing technology and the bank to control that. So just to wrap up, I was going to say, being Scottish, we rarely win anything. But after this morning, that's changed slightly. But let's see if we can keep it on a roll here. Let's see if we can keep a winning run. Please vote for Callsign. If you'd like to be a winner as well, then please come to our stand at booth 8. We do have a prize draw to win some AirPods, and we'd love to speak to you there. Thank you.